Greetings fellow mages, Xalt here, back again with another Magic Manastrike video. Season 2, also known as the Koth season, is almost about done, and replacing it is a brand new season, Season 3, called Vivien season. This brand new season brings with it 2 new Planeswalkers, a brand new skin for an already existing Planeswalker, a bunch of updates, but unfortunately no new cards. In today's video, we're going to tackle the most salient points based on the patch that was released today. We're going to start with the brand new Planeswalkers. We're going to follow it up with Planeswalkers that were buffed and then the Planeswalkers that were nerfed. And then finally, we're going to talk about the cards which were nerfed as part of this patch. There's plenty to cover, so let's jump right into it. A brand new mono-green Planeswalker has emerged, Vivien. Her basic attack is ranged and can single target an air or ground unit. Her passive ability allows her to attack ground units at a normal range, but at a longer range for air units, similar to that of the giant spider. Her active ability, known as Focus Fire, fires 5 penetrating arrows in a set direction. The patch, however, did not mention if the arrows are going to be in a cone-like shape or circular, although that's very unlikely. Next, we have a white-blue Planeswalker, Teferi. Teferi's basic ability allows him to attack both air and ground units at a long range. The patch, however, did not mention if it's going to be a single target or multiple target, but my guess it's going to be a single target ability. His passive ability allows him to recover 1 whole mana for every building that he places on the field. This brand new ability might as well change the landscape as to how the players create their deck, as most decks will only have 1 building. The following white and blue towers can be a source of additional mana for Teferi based on his passive skill. For white, you have Barracks, which is a building that produces foot soldiers, and for blue, you have Lighting Tower, which attacks both air and ground units, and Seagate Barracks, which produces creatures called Enclave Elites. When playing draft and sealed formats, all buildings, regardless of the color, are fair game. The patch, however, did not indicate that creatures that count as buildings, such as the Hightide Hermit when it's attacked, can also be a source of mana based on Teferi's passive skill. Teferi's active skill is an area of effect ability that restores 50% of his health and his creature's health, but not including buildings. This ability will increase the longevity of the creatures and the Planeswalker and allow them to survive crowd control effects such as Circle of Pain. And now let's talk about the Planeswalkers that receive buffs and nerfs for Season 3. First on the list, we have Angrath. He has a brand new skin called Mardu Warchief. His attack was increased, but his HP was decreased. Now, while this Planeswalker received both a buff and a nerf, I think overall it's still a buff, all things considered. Next, we have Kiora, who is going to enjoy an overall increase in her stats. She is now more powerful with her basic attack, and she now has more health, regardless of whether she's on and off the Kraken. Similar to Kiora, we will see Calyx with an increased attack damage and a bigger HP bar. His Comes Into Play ability has also been reworked. It will no longer exile an opponent's creature, but rather it will grant a shield to the nearest tower or guardian. Now let's talk about the Planeswalkers that were nerfed, starting with Garruk Wildspeaker. Garruk is now a little less tankier. He has a decreased HP, and instead of summoning 2 beasts, is now only going to summon 1. If you main Tezzeret when grinding, you'll be happy to know that his attack and his HP has not changed, but his skill's range and pull effect has been reduced by 1 meter. But the biggest loser of them all is Tamiyo, because she's not getting any love this season. No buff, no nerf, no attention, no nothing. As part of this patch, a couple of cards have also been nerfed. The Birds of Paradise will now produce less mana, as its production cycle has been increased from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. I can already anticipate a lot of players removing the Birds of Paradise in their deck because it's not going to be as effective. Next, we have the Accursed Spirit. Its mana cost has increased from 2 to 3, and Skull Catapult, which has increased its mana cost from 3 to 4. In addition to increased mana cost, the HP of the skeletons summoned by the Skull Catapult will now also have less HP. Currently, these skeletons are able to survive 2 basic attacks of a tower. I guess not anymore. This is the 2nd straight season that the Skull Catapult has been nerfed. During Season 2, its attack range and attack speed was decreased. And now it is going to have an increased mana cost. This is truly going to hurt those of you who use black. And that about wraps up today's video. What do you think about the updates? Is it good? Could the devs have done any better? Now, me personally, I know that this is going to change things up, especially with the introduction of Teferi, with that mechanic and the passive ability of getting a new mana every time you place a building. I can already anticipate that a lot of people are going to start using Teferi, so white and blue is going to be in again. Now, if I were to choose between Dovin Baan, which is also a white and blue Planeswalker, and Teferi, I think I'm going to go with Teferi. The ability to heal and recover a mana, that is just enormous. I'd also like to hear your thoughts about the updates, about Season 3, the new Planeswalkers, so make sure to leave a comment down below. I think Netmarble could have made the season a little more exciting if they introduced new cards, but hey, I think we have a good set of updates right here, so I'm looking forward to seeing those changes in action. If you made it this far in the video, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you found today's video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to help the channel grow. I'd like to give a shout out to everyone from Team Deathwatch, MTG Philippines, Ghost Nation, Helvetia, and from everyone at our Discord channel, Manastrike GG. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Exalt signing off. Peace.